Sure, absolutely. My bad. Here we go. Find SA. Would someone please blurt out what does SA mean? Surface area. What's the surface area of this prism? Okay. What is the surface area? Again, to draw a prism, the quick way is draw the top rectangle, look like that, bottom rectangle, make them look the same, and just connect the corners. Look at it, and you're rocking and rolling. I'll do that again. Top rectangle, bottom rectangle, rocking and rolling. Okay? Make the, you got 8, 2, and 2. 8, 2, and 2. Go ahead and copy that. Have your reference sheet out, please. You'll need this. Anaya? Reference sheet? Roswell, you good? Everyone get their reference sheet out? Nice, nice. All right. We got a prism here. What is the surface area of a prism? Well, yesterday, remember I told you to cross out the one on top? If you weren't here yesterday, we crossed this formula out. The rectangular prism formula, the surface area, it says SA, we crossed that out because that one is unnecessarily, so we say, complicated. So what we're doing is any prism we come across, we're using this one. The formula for general prisms, which says the surface area is equal to the sum of the areas of all the faces. In other words, we did this in example 1 2 days ago, so we're going to do another one. The sum of the areas of the faces, right, Hurtado? So that's the one we're going to use right now. We're going to find the area of all the faces and add those puppies up. That's what sum means. You add stuff up. Here we go. We have our prism. Let me color code. Which two faces are the same? You guys see? Which two faces, well, before which two faces are the same? How many faces make this up? How many total faces are there for this prism? 6. Top and bottom, front and back, left and right. Look at the top and bottom on a color code as blue because look at they're the same. So I'm going to write T and B for top and bottom. I'm going to find the area of the top and bottom. What other faces are the same? Left and right. Thank you. What else besides left and right? Look at left and right are right here in green. And the front and back. But if you look closely, the front and back and left and right are all the same rectangle. You guys see that? In this case, the left and right is an 8 by 2, but look at the front and back. The front is also an 8 by 2. In other words, we have 4 rectangles that are the same. So I don't have to distinguish between front and back and left and right. They're all the same. Front, back, left, and right faces are all the same rectangle. They're all 8 by 2s, if you can see that. And the reason why they're all the same is because the top face is a square, 2 by 2. So what I'm going to do is let's first find the top and bottom area, and then we'll find the front, back, left, and right area, since they're all the same. I'll put those in green. I'll put the top and bottom in blue. Let's rock and roll. Area of a square. How do you find the area of the top square? Length times width. A square is a kind of a rectangle. It's just the length and width are the same. But yeah, it's length times width. Write it down with me. Nice. So the length and the width of the blue rectangle, I'll focus on the one on the top. What is the length and the width here? Help. Nice. What's the width then? So length is 2. and the width is 2. Right? Look at length 2, width 2. Rocking and rolling. So that means the area of one of those faces on the top and bottom, one of them is going to be for what? Chickens, horses, or termites? Centimeters. What kind though? Right? Square centimeters. I just found the area of one of the faces on top or bottom. Take your pick. They're the same. So if I want the total area of the top and bottom, there's 2 of them that are 4 square centimeters, right? So I'm going to multiply this by 2 because top and bottom, they're both 4 square centimeters. So the top and bottom area then, the top and bottom surface area, is going to be 8 square centimeters. Again, think of what a square centimeter is. They're little squares. They're a centimeter everywhere, all sides. We're saying 8 square centimeters cover the top and bottom face. Now we got left, right, front, and back. The left and right, front and back are all the same rectangle. They're all 8 by 2s. So look what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to put L and R and F and B for left, right, front, and back. Since they're all the same, I'm not going to separate the left and right and front and back. You with me, Geta? Again, they're all highlighted in green. Left, right, front, and back. Right, Toscano? Area of a rectangle then. Again, it's length times width. So all I'm going to do is find the area of one of those puppies and multiply it by 4 since there's 4 of them. This is easy. Come on. So here we go. I'll just focus on this right rectangle. The area of that right one there. The length is 8. The width is, what is the width? Thank you. So the area of one of those rectangles is going to be 16 square centimeters. (16 square centimeters). But how many rectangles are there? Earphones, Toscano. How many rectangles are there? There's 4 of them that are 16 square centimeters, right, Razo? Isn't there 4? You see them right there. So I'm going to multiply this by 4. 16 times 4, I have no clue. I'm just a math teacher. How do I know that? How am I supposed to know that? 16 times 4, I want to say 64 square centimeters. Look at that's the left, right, front, and back. All of it. All the left, right, front, and back, 64. We got the top and bottom. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to state our surface area now. The total surface area. It's the sum of all the faces, all 6 faces. 2 of them plus 4 of them. I want to say if my coffee is kicked in, the surface area is, yeah, help. Right, that's because I look at, think of the formula. What does the formula say? The surface area of a prism is, look, the sum of the areas of the faces. We found all the areas of the faces, so let's sum them up. Sum means adding. Let's add them all up. What would it be? Help. Top and bottom's 8. Left, right, front, and back are 64. So the surface area is, Toscano. Thank you, sir. 8 plus 64 is 72 square centimeters. There's our surface area. That'll cover all, those square centimeters will cover the whole prism like a blanket. The whole thing. So far, so good? Questions? Okay, the game plan. What was the game plan? Top and bottom are the same, so I solve for their areas. And then the left, right, front, and back rectangles are all the same, so I solved for one of them, then multiplied it by 4, right here. I solved for one, it was 16, and I multiplied it by 4 because there's 4 rectangles. And then I added up all the areas. 64 plus 8 is 72. Nice. Example 4, notice I'm throwing the surface area at you now. I actually gave you the surface area. And our mission now is to solve for x. That's that unknown side. I'm shifting to a little higher gear now. No worries, Mungia's going to take care of you. It's going to be all right. Don't start crying yet. I'm going to copy that down, though. I'll give you about a minute. All right. Let me close this. The train's coming here. It's make too much noise. Watch this. Surface area, right? So there. If I think of the surface area formula, if this thing works here. The surface area is the sum of the areas of the faces. That's from our reference sheet right here. We just use this on example 3 right now. We're going to use the same formula, the sum of the areas of the faces. Watch. Look at the way I'm going to set this up now. Pay close attention. Follow my logic. It'll make sense if you focus, like a laser beam. Focus. Watch. Underneath your prism that you drew so masterfully, go right SA, surface area. Which two faces are the same here? Can you just get like top, bottom, front? Go ahead, Ramirez. Which two faces are the same? Which sides? Be specific, because there's 6 faces. Okay, watch this. The left and the right, I'll highlight in blue. So the surface area will be I'm going to put L and R in parentheses, and I'm referring to the left and right face. The area of the left and right face plus what others are the same? I'm going to put on top and bottom, I'm going to outline in red, T and B. Look at the red would be in T and B. Look at T and B plus, what's the last two? Front and back. I'm going to put those in black. Do that with me, F and B. Look at my logic. The surface area is equal to the left and right area, top and bottom area, front and back area. That's logical. That makes sense. But the cool thing, though, is they threw the surface area at us. We already know the surface area. So look what I'm going to do. Do this with me. Go and replace surface area with what it is. Look at SA equals 432. Look at 432 is, just out of here. 432 is left and right, top and bottom, front and back. Should have kept it the same colors, but you get the idea. So since they threw the surface area at us, I'm replacing surface area with what it is. Thank you, Cheng. So far, so good. Questions? I mean, that's pretty logical. I'm not doing anything like rocket science here. They threw the surface area at me. Look, that's what they gave me. Our mission is to solve for x this time, though. Okay? In other words, we're kind of working backwards, so to speak. All right. Erase this work right here. And all right. I'm going to stay color-coded here. Let's first find the left and right area. Let's find the left and right area. Notice I put it in blue. Look at the left and right faces. Here we go. So on your notes, go to write L and R. L and R, left and right. What shapes are the left and right faces? What shapes are they? Are they circles? Are they triangles? What are they? Close. Close. Technically, you're right, but it's a more simpler than parallel. What kind of shapes are those? Help reel us out. They're rectangles. What's the area of a rectangle? Thank you. Watch this. So left and right, put A equals length times width. This is similar to example 1 a few days ago, right, Razo? So let's find the area of the left or the right, whatever one you want, because we're going to multiply by 2 anyway. What's the length of the right one, Guerra? The right face? What's the length of that puppy? Thank you. Look at. And the width is 6. Look at that, you guys. 8 times 6. It's an 8 by 6 rectangle on the right. Okay? 8 times 6, I want to say, is 48 if my coffee is kicked in. 48 what? Chickens? What kind? Thank you, because we're dealing with area, square inches. How many of those are there, though? There's 2 of those puppies. I'm multiplying that by 2. So that's going to be 96 square inches for the top and bottom. I got my top and bottom area right there. Boom. In blue. No, not top and bottom, left and right. What am I saying? Lopez, you with me? All right, left and right's done. Nice. Look what I'm going to do. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace L and R with 96 underneath this equation. Look at this. Look what I'm doing. Look at my logic. 432 is equal to 96 plus. Now let's find the top and bottom. Top and bottom, what color did I put? Red. So I'm going to use red marker for top and bottom. T and B. What kind of shapes are the top and bottom? What's the area formula for a rectangle? Nice. Right? So let's focus on the top rectangle now. What's the length of the top rectangle? Help. What's the length? What's the length right here? How much is this? There's X inches, right? Don't be afraid of X. Look at it. So X is the length. What's the width of the top? So here's your width, huh? Here's your length is X. Here's your width. How much? Got it. There's your area. What's X times 6? 6X. So the area is 6X square inches. Don't be afraid of X. It's okay. How many are there, though, that are 6X square inches? There's 2 of those puppies. I'm going to multiply by 2 because it's the top and bottom. The top and bottom are both 6X square inches. 6X times 2 is 12X square inches. There's your area of the top and bottom. Where should I put 12X on my equation? Where should I put it right here? Where should I put it? Thank you. It's a great idea. Look at that. You're seeing the equation start forming now. We'll be in a position to solve for X. This is why you took Math 1 before you came here. You see why you take previous math courses. All right, top and bottom now. Last but definitely not least is front and back. Front and back I'll put in, I can pick a color, huh? I'll put in green. How about that? Front is green. Back is green. F and B. F and B. All right. They're both rectangles, so again, area is length times width. So look at the front face. Look at the front face. I have it in green right here. What is the length of the front face? What's this length? X. This is what? This is the width here. Here's the length. That's X. The width would be what? 8. This would be X times 8, huh? Length is X. Width is 8. So the area then is 8x square inches. There's 2 of those puppies, though. Well, if you're dealing with a prism, and see the logic, if we're dealing with a prism, then yeah. But look at this one. To answer your question, how about that one? For the 2 triangles, it's going to be times 2, but this rectangle that's like a ramp, like a skate ramp, there's no other rectangle in this prism that's the same size as this right here. The other 2 are smaller, this one on the left and one on the bottom. So it's not always going to be times 2, it just depends on the situation. For this one, yeah, it works, times 2. 8x times 2, help. Go ahead. Close. What's 8x times 2? (16x) square inches. This is the area of my front and back, my F and B. Let's go back now to our equation. Look at 16x. Look at that equation now. It's all colorful and stuff. Brazo, hit it. Okay. We're now in a position to accomplish the mission, which is solving for x. Can you believe it? I can't believe this. That was a lot of work, but it's okay. Don't cry. Move all this stuff down here. All right. We're now ready to do some Math 1 algebra time. There we go. How to get x by itself. You guys remember how to do some algebra? I trust you do. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got 12x and I got a 16x. Let me add those puppies up. 28x, huh? Look at right here, 28x plus I got a 96 equaling a 432 surface area. Exactly. What do I do now to get x by itself? Math 1 time. This is all Math 1 garbage. Go ahead. Subtract what on both sides? Thank you. Right? We want to get x alone, so I'm getting rid of the 96 on both sides. I'm not sure you took for Math 1, but that Math 1 teacher should have showed you how to do this. If not, I got some review films you can watch, catch up, sort of. All right, bring down the equal sign. 96 minus 96 is bye-bye. I got 28x on the right, help on the left. I got help on the left. One more time? Sounds good to me. Anaya, you with me? Nice. Look at that. X is 12. What did we solve for? What did we solve for? What was x in the original problem? Right, it was this length of this face, huh? Look at this ended up being 12. 12 inches. We solved it because they gave us a surface area. We were able to solve it. We will kind of work backwards on this one. The key here is when I wrote down the surface area formula, I replaced surface area with 432, and the rest just made sense.